How's it going, crypto fam? Be sure to say hello and let me know where you're tuning in from in the live chat. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest technical analysis as the Bitcoin bulls battle to reclaim $30,000. And breaking news just in, U.S. Congressman Richie Torres asked the SEC chairman, Gary Gensler, to stop its assault on crypto and says that cryptocurrencies are not securities. I'm also going to be sharing with you a Bitcoin price target of $120,000, as well as Valkyrie's spot Bitcoin ETF enters the SEC's Nasdaq rulemaking list. We'll also be discussing the judge ordering Ripple and the SEC to schedule a settlement conference, as well as trillions of dollars can flow into crypto amid ridiculous levels of innovation, says Skybridge Capital's Anthony Scaramucci. We'll also be discussing Quant Analyst PlanB and his $50,000 target, along with his timeline. I'm also going to be sharing with you the latest from ARK Invest's Cathie Wood. She was recently interviewed by Bloomberg yesterday, and I transcribed that interview in which she shares, my bull case for Bitcoin is $1.5 million per coin, and our confidence has actually increased. Max Kaiser responded, correction, 1.5 million is the bear case for Bitcoin. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this plus so much more in today's show. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to turn on notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. Welcome everyone just tuning in. This is pod episode number 1345. I'm your host JV, and today is July 18th, 2023. Let's kick off today's show with our market watch. We can see Bitcoin currently correcting down 0.5%, maintaining just above 29,700. We have Ether barely in the green, trading just under 1,900, while XRP is in the green, and BNB, Solana, Dogecoin, and Cardano all correcting and in the red. I appreciate the super chat contributions coming in. Thank you, Michael Volkman. You're the man. Now, checking out CoinMarketCap.com, the current crypto market cap sits just under $1.2 trillion, with roughly $33 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance is 48.4%, with the Ether dominance at 19.1%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers in the past 24 hours, SUI up 8%, trading above 75 cents, followed by ApeCoin up 4.5%, trading above $2, followed by Toncoin up almost 4%, trading at $1.40. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past week, a sea of red, unfortunately, as the market has been correcting over the past 48 hours. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index, today we're rated a 56 in greed, yesterday a 54, last week a 57, and last month was a 49, which is neutral. So there you have it. How many of you are currently bullish on the King Crypto? Let me know in the comments right down below. And how many of you took advantage of this recent dip sub 30,000? Also let me know, put a BTFD in the live chat. And with that being shared, fam, now let's break down today's Bitcoin technical analysis. Check out the charts and what's popping with the King Crypto.
There were days and weeks.
Whoa, and I don't know where that audio is coming from. Let me make sure I shut some of these things here on my screen. Hopefully that doesn't come back. But anyways, fam, here we go. Bitcoin targeted a new month-to-date low at the July 18th Wall Street Open as the bulls refused to give up at $30,000 support. As you can see here in the Bitcoin 1-hour candle chart, data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView showed Bitcoin price action dropping after a modest rebound of 29.6, its worst level in July thus far. Little sign of upward momentum, and a waning relative strength index, better known as the RSI, offered a little hope for those seeking to return to range highs. And quoting crypto analyst Rat Capital, the weekly close below the higher low will confirm this loss, and as long as this higher low acts as resistance, then 29,300 could be next. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the analyst. And I got a lot of BTFDs in the live chat. That is what's up. Keep stacking them sats on the low. And another analyst shared the following. This is Titan of Crypto. Bitcoin is gearing up for its next big move. Send it. Let's go. Smooth Heiken Ashi candles flip green on the 3-week time frame, probably nothing. And he shares this chart alongside of it. And another one looking for something like this on Bitcoin. Hope everyone has a good start to their week. Word up. And quoting another analyst by the name of Jelly, while Bitcoin consolidates below resistance, the RSI is almost fully reset. Find some bid here at support, and we can go for another test of major resistance level. Again, let me know if you agree or disagree. And continuing on the RSI theme, here's what Scott Melker had to share, quoting him here. The daily chart showed a massive overbought bearish divergence, my favorite top signal. This built up for multiple divergences and has not been invalidated. Usually this pushed the RSI back to oversold halfway there thus far. let's freaking go. Now I want to share with you, besides this breaking news, which I think is good news, U.S. Congressman Richie Torres asking SEC Chairman No Clarity Gary to stop his assault on crypto, saying that cryptocurrencies are not securities. So there you have it. If you'd like to see Gary Gensler get replaced or, audited or put in jail, put a big fat 1 in the live chat or in the main comment section right down below. And here's a awesome prediction from an analyst by the name of Geoff Kendrick, predicting a bullish future for Bitcoin with a potential price target of $120,000 and a 67% jump to $50,000 this year. Let me know if you agree or disagree that Bitcoin is likely to hit $50,000 by the end of 2023. And Max chimed in with his response, $220,000 in play, and points out that El Salvador is looking to unify Central America under a Bitcoin standard, and that is his current recommendation, getting lots of traction. So there you have it. Let me know if you are just as bullish and think we can see 50,000. I think it's very possible and doable, highly probable this year, especially considering 2024, the Bitcoin halving is set to occur probably sometime between April and May, and you couldn't be more bullish at around that time. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's freaking go. And now for the latest regarding spot Bitcoin ETF applications, the latest coming from Valkyrie. I'm going to break down the latest in what's happening. The U.S. SEC accepted Valkyrie's Bitcoin ETF proposal for official review. So we got it accepted from BlackRock, and now this one next. Game theory in full effect. Let's go. According to data from the SEC's Nasdaq rulemaking list, Valkyrie's proposal for a spot Bitcoin ETF entered the official docket July 17th. Valkyrie's listing on the docket is the second spot Bitcoin ETF proposal being considered by the SEC. It came days after the SEC published the BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF proposal on July 13th. That's a mouthful of words, and you can see the evidence of that right here. This filing is Valkyrie's second attempt to launch a spot Bitcoin ETF in the United States. The Family Investment Fund previously proposed listing the Valkyrie Bitcoin Trust on the New York Stock Exchange back in January of 2001 in response to regulatory pushback from the SEC. Valkyrie was still able to launch a futures-based Bitcoin ETF in October of 2021, and in the attached notice, the SEC deputy, Matthew de Lesdernier, mentioned that the Nasdaq filed for a proposal rule change, allowing the listing for a spot Bitcoin ETF by Valkyrie on July 3rd. Let's go, quoting him here. The trust will only hold Bitcoin and will from time to time issue baskets in exchange for deposits of Bitcoin and to distribute Bitcoins in connection with redemptions of baskets. So according to the SEC data, the public can submit their feedback on the Valkyrie spot Bitcoin ETF proposal during the 21-day comment period or until August 7th. However, the SEC has up to 45 days from the time of publication of the notice in the Federal Register within a longer period of up to 90 days to approve or disprove the rule change. Let me know if you feel this is likely to get approved. And it's interesting, I think the ticker may be BRR, which we all know is money printer go. Now, the renewed optimism over the spot Bitcoin ETFs have fueled by BlackRock refiling for the spot Bitcoin ETF on June 29th. And previously, we also have ARK Invest Management, who filed an app for a spot Bitcoin ETF in April. And Cathie Wood says they're first in line. And that has become the third try to get such a product approved by the SEC. I feel it is destiny and only a matter of time, but I'd love to know your thoughts. Which spot Bitcoin ETF in the United States do you feel will likely get accepted first? If I was a betting man, I'd go with BlackRock just because of their history. They have a 575-1 track record with the SEC on getting their ETF applications approved. Also considering BlackRock is like the largest asset manager in the world. They say they control over $10 trillion worth of assets, which ultimately means they control the world. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, and at the end of the show, I'll be reading everyone's comments out loud. And with that being shared, now for the latest, we all know the SEC had an ongoing lawsuit against XRP and Ripple Labs for the past 3 years. They finally concluded, Judge Torres, that Ripple/XRP was not being sold on exchanges as a unregistered security, as Gary Gensler and the SEC has claimed. However, it was a partial victory because they did claim that institutions were it was being sold as unregistered security. However, according to Brad Garlinghouse, their CEO, it's a massive win for not only XRP, but for the entire crypto community. And now Judge Torres wants them to reach a settlement, which I find very interesting. So let's break this down. Judge Netburn's directive is significant as it indicates a potential opportunity for both parties to engage in productive discussions and explore the possibility of a settlement. However, do note it's important that the judge's suggestion does not guarantee an imminent resolution to the case. As clarified by legal experts, the parties must first decide if they believe a settlement conference would be productive at this stage. Quoting them here, it means that if they do decide on a date, it will have to be scheduled 6 to 8 weeks in advance of the desired date. Due to the court's busy schedule, he explained, while the court urges both Ripple and the SEC to explore settlement possibilities, the decision ultimately rests with the involved parties. There is a possibility that one or both sides may decline. Could you see Gary Gensler wanting to make a settlement? Interesting, right? But the court's recommendation highlights the importance of considering alternative paths to resolution. Quoting them again, they will likely schedule one so as not to anger the court, but it will go about as well as the last 2 settlement conferences before it went. Settlements only happen when both parties finally reach the compromise each can stomach, pro-XRP attorney commented with a touch of skepticism. Settlement negotiations require a delicate balance as each party must reach a compromise that aligns with their respective interests. And remarkably, Judge Netburn has been engaged in the case since its inception. She rendered a crucial ruling in favor of Ripple against the SEC. In a significant development, the judge issued an order compelling the SEC to relinquish the highly contentious Hinman docs, which encompassed the draft version of William Hinman's speech delivered on June 14th, 2018. And as a result of the partial victory in the lawsuit, guess what? XRP price surge to roughly 75 cents, which is where we're currently at. How many of you are currently bullish on XRP, and do you feel they're likely to reach a settlement agreement? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments right down below. And with that being shared, now let's discuss trillions coming into the market as per Skybridge Capital, Anthony Scaramucci. A shout out to the mooch. Then we'll dive into this $50,000 Bitcoin price prediction for this year in 2023, followed by the latest from Cathie Wood and why she feels more bullish than ever that her $1.5 million Bitcoin price prediction is to come true, as she has more confidence than she had before. And I transcribed that interview just for you, word for word, here in the show. Then we'll dive into our live Q&A. So yeah, let's break down these trillions coming soon as per Anthony Scaramucci. In a London Real interview with podcaster Brian Rose, Scaramucci says that crypto has the potential to be more efficient and cost-effective than traditional financial systems. Yeah, duh. And for that reason, digital assets will ultimately gain much wider adoption. The hedge fund exec talks about the statements of Mark Anderson, the co-founder of investment firm Anderson Horowitz, who explained how crypto and blockchain tech could disrupt the traditional financial system. Quoting him here, the blockchain and crypto and Web3 could be bigger than the internet itself. And if you actually understand what's happening, and Mark Anderson said this better than me, he invented the Netscape browser and is a big part of Web 1. He said, okay, this is bigger than Web 1. Why? Because it's going to disintermediate transactions. It's going to take third parties out of the system. There's going to be a lot of costless things that happen where fees that were once charged by banks and other intermediaries won't be able to be charged because the technology is so good. We don't trust each other, but if you have technology that you don't need to trust each other, and you have this trustless bilateral system where I can transfer value to you, you can transfer value to me without a third party, there will be ridiculous levels of cost savings, and there will be ridiculous levels of economic innovation that get unleashed. Word up. And according to Scaramucci, the total market cap of cryptos could increase by more than 4 times its current value, which is currently just under 1.2 trillion in just a matter of years. Quoting the mooch here, I am here to tell you that 5 years from now or 10 years from now, the stock market will be higher, the Nasdaq will be higher, there will be greater growth in the crypto space. ARK Invest CEO Cathie Wood will likely be right in terms of price appreciation. Shout out to Cathie Wood. This $900 billion of total market cap could be $3 trillion, $4 trillion, $5 trillion over the next couple of years, and I want to be a part of it. So there you have it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Skybridge Capital's Anthony Scaramucci, and that trillions will be ushered into the market. I feel it's a given, especially with the approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF. Literally 30 trillion can come pouring right into Bitcoin overnight. Just saying. And you know what that would do to the price action, right? And to watch this interview he did with London Real's Brian Rose, check the show notes below the video in the description. And now, and we do have 200 live viewers on right now, so shout out to each and every one of you in the live chat. Make sure to say hello. All you need to do to participate is make sure you're signed into your YouTube channel. Then you can smash the like, you can subscribe, and drop some comments. I appreciate that. Now let's discuss this $50,000 forecast from PlanB, the creator of the Bitcoin stock to flow model, as well as his timeline. Here we go. Wiley followed crypto analyst says Bitcoin can land somewhere between 40 and 50,000 in the coming months. In a new strategy session, the Quant analyst PlanB tells his YouTube subs that he envisions the king crypto surging in price as Bitcoin approaches its next halving event. TikTok next block. Let's freaking go. The halving is an event where the Bitcoin block rewards are cut in half, which happens every 4 years. Here's quoting PlanB. The big question is, what will the price of Bitcoin be at the 2024 April halving? Great question, right? We can try and estimate that from only this 200-week moving average. The 200-week moving average increases currently at about $500 a month. So 9 times 500 will be 4,500. And Bitcoin's 200-week moving average right now is a little under 28,000. So 28,000 plus 4,000 as well. $32,000, which is the 200-week moving average at the halving approximately. And Bitcoin would be above that, right? And usually it would be like 50% above that, which would indicate a range of Bitcoin at the halving between $40,000 and $50,000 per coin. Let me know if you agree or disagree with this target. Now, last month, the analyst said there is an indicator suggesting that the top crypto asset is prime for a bull run. And at that time, PlanB said the Bitcoin price moving above its 2-year realized cost price historically signals that the king crypto is about to spark a rally. So let's spark it, shall we? Happy 420, by the way. Bitcoin's realized cost price is a metric that gets the average value of Bitcoin supply calculated at the price at which the coins were last move. Bitcoin currently trading just under 30,000 at the time of this recording. So a surge to PlanB's predicted range would be roughly a 31 to 64% increase for the king crypto. And to watch this video that he did entitled Bitcoin 40 to 50,000 at the 2024 halving, check the show notes below the video in the description. And now for the moment you have all been waiting for, let's discuss the latest from Cathie Wood. She was just interviewed by Bloomberg on TV. I transcribed this prediction because I love predictions. That's why we share them each and every day here on the channel, 7 days a week, 365 days per year. And if you love that, let me know in the comments. So yeah, here's word for word coming directly from Cathie Wood as of July 17th, 2023. Her interview transcribed, which I did right here. Here we go. We went to a bear base and bull. Oh, okay. Let me reword that. We went to a bear base and a bull case. So our bull case is $1.5 million. The base case is $682,000. Now, one reason internally our confidence has increased towards the bull case is because what's happening during the regional bank crisis back in March. What happened as regional banks are going bankrupt and the stocks are imploding across the board for KRE, Bitcoin rallied from $19,000 to $30,000. Approximately where we're currently at. Now, why did that happen? That was a flight to safety. That is the insurance policy that we are talking about that we believe everyone will want at the end of the day. Insurance policy against two things: confiscation of wealth, either directly or by inflation or the deflation world. What is the hedge against? It's a hedge against counterparty risk. We won't have in 2008, 2009 with Bitcoin. Everything is decentralized and transparent, no obfuscation. So there you have it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with her. And I also want to share with you this chart. I find this very helpful for those of you who are visual. It shows you the bull case for Bitcoin as per Cathie Wood's and ARK Invest. And it shows you here the bear case, which is 258,000. We have the base case, 682,000, but just note the targets are for 2030, not next year, not 2024. Just want to be clear here. This is for the year 2030, which is ultimately 2 halvings away. And then for the infamous bullish case with the 2030 price target, which shows 1.48 million. So rounding up, we'd say roughly $1.5 million per coin. And Max Kaiser just retweeted the following in regards to Cathie Wood speaking on Bloomberg in this interview and says, correction, $1.5 million is the bear case for Bitcoin. And again, show you bear case of ARK Invest, $258,000. Bear case for Max Kaiser, $1.5 million per coin. Who do you think will most likely be right by the year 2030? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments right down below. And now I want to dive into our live Q&A, as it's my favorite segment of the live show. Massive shout out to each and every one of you today in the live chat, as I greatly appreciate each and every one of your continued support. So here we go. Let's dive in and start rattling out some of these comments. What's up, Digital Dankness? What's up, Michael Volkman? What's good, Brogan? Good to see you. Baz Dragon in the building. He actually had a good question, so I'm going to start there. He said, hello, JV and fam. I am wondering if anyone else uses eToro. They asked me for bank statements, which seem fishy to me. Do you think that they are checking if I am laundering money? I am not. By the way, my initial response, red alert, it must be a scam. No legitimate exchange is going to ask for personal information like that. Like, please provide me with your bank statements. But it's probably a fake support, maybe a fake email, maybe a phishing scam. So I'm glad that your intuition alerted you that it may be a scam, because more than likely it is. I even had a family member more recently get scammed by fake support on a centralized exchange and got hacked for $60,000, which is can't get it back once it's gone. So I can't stress the caution that you should have when dealing with cryptocurrency and fake support and scams. If it feels like it may be a scam, your intuition is probably guiding you proper, because there's so many scams. In fact, I mean, especially in crypto, like if I see something, it's like, is it a scam? Is it a scam? You got to get verification. So you can't be too safe out there. You know what I mean? So hopefully you can sort that out. And eToro, personally, I've never used it. If anyone has any experience using them, do let me know. My go-to exchange earlier this year was Binance US, just because they had 0 fees for trading the top trading pairs related to Bitcoin. For example, ETH to Bitcoin or Bitcoin to ETH, or trading USDT for Bitcoin or vice versa. But I don't think that even exists anymore. And also with the SEC unlawfully, in my opinion, going after Binance US, it's kind of sketchy right now. So next best, I would say, is Coinbase. I know they're also going through an investigation with the SEC and a lawsuit as well. However, I mean, BlackRock has already deemed Coinbase as, like, what's the word they use? I don't know if it's the word custodian, but they're planning on using them along with the spot Bitcoin ETF. At least they listed them on their application. So I'd feel more secure right now using Coinbase than Binance US. For those in the US, other top United States crypto exchanges, the OGs would be like Gemini, owned by the Winklevoss twins. You got Kraken. I believe their CEO is Jesse Powell. And there may be a couple of other out there. And if you're just looking to buy Bitcoin, you have apps such as Swan or the Cash App, and there's a lot of different options as well. But let me know which exchanges you trust the most. Again, I have no experience with eToro, so I can't speak on behalf of them. I just say stress extreme caution when moving crypto around. You know what I mean? Dragon Ball was my childhood anime. I watched it during my wife's pregnancy. I grew up on Dragon Ball Z in middle school and high school. I was so obsessed with it, I named my previous dog Gohan, who is the main, star in Dragon Ball. And I still watch it, and I actually have been sharing some episodes with my daughter, who is now 9 years old. It's time, you know what I mean? Chris Minko, welcome, fam. 100,000 partying going to be kid-friendly? That's an excellent question I have to think about. Great question. I guess it's all going to be by popular demand. If many of you want to bring your kids to Puerto Rico to celebrate the $100,000 price action party when Bitcoin crosses 6 figures, and if it's a lot of people requesting it, we'll make it happen. However, if people are like, no, we want drinks, we want it to be adult-like, we want to be able to talk our ish or do what it is we got to do without worrying about, kids, you know what I mean? So we'll figure it out. I could probably survey y'all. I could create some sort of survey and see what you guys want, and whatever you guys want, we'll make it happen, because it's all for you guys at the end of the day. But I would imagine like a party is going to be late night, so naturally I wasn't thinking kids, but it's a possibility if there is a demand for it, as I have a daughter myself, so I can completely understand that. But you never know. Depends on what you guys want to do. We'll figure it out. He's 13 years old, and I got 2 children who are 9 and 7. That's what's up. Much love. And good question, by the way, Chris. I appreciate that. I'm considering taking profits for the first time since StatWise to buy an oceanfront in the secret beach Belize and turn that into Bitcoin Beach too. Somebody talk me out of this. Maybe wait until 2025 at least. I would not be spending your Bitcoin right now, considering we're on the cusp of a halving, and this could be the most bullish, bull market you have ever seen in your life. Can exceed your wildest expectations. Nobody really knows, but I'm bullish as all hell. I think realistically we can hit a price peak in 2025 somewhere between $200,000 and $300,000. So buying a big property when Bitcoin is at 30,000, or just waiting a couple of years where it could potentially be 200,000-300,000 per coin, maybe it's only going to cost you 2 Bitcoin to buy that property, where now it may cost you 20 Bitcoin. So it's up to you. I'm not going to talk you out of it, but you do whatever's best for you. I recently purchased this house and I used my Bitcoin to pay off the loan. Why did I do that? It was just the situation that I'm in, and I'm also blessed to have other Bitcoin, so I'm not too concerned, and it felt like the right thing to do in my financial situation. Everyone's financial situation is completely different, so it all depends what's best for you. You know what I mean? You got to maybe discuss that with your family, of course. I missed the original Dragon Ball Z and GT when I was a teenager, and just recently caught up on all of them. Well, I missed all of the new ones. The last one I ever watched was Dragon Ball Z, and it seemed like never ending. Like there was always a new episode to continue from the previous episode, and it seemed like there were thousands of episodes, so it's going to be hard to catch up on that. Stizzle says stack, stack, stack. Keep stacking them stats, fan. Do what it do. Make the money, StatWise. And if you see potential, there is no way I will stop you from progressing. That's right. What's good, JV? Welcome, Greedy. Good to see you. Hey from Israel, says Guy Sardina. Appreciate you tuning in from the Holy Land. What's good, JV? Just chilling here. Appreciate it. P-Yow, the hot city of Angeles, huh? Michael Volkman sent the $2 super chat contribution. Massive respect to Michael. Also, you'll notice if you're new, there is a QR code on the screen. That's specifically for tips for those that want to send Satoshis. For example, using the Strike app, all you need to do is scan the QR code and bada boom, bada bing. The difference is on the super chat, when I get, the contributions in the chat, literally they're going to take 30%. So that $2 I don't receive, maybe I get $1.50. Better than nothing, right? But nonetheless, it's a partnership with YouTube. They take 30%. Whereas if you zap me sats, no middleman. Thank God for Bitcoin and Lightning Network. Not only is it virtually free and instant, but there's no middleman. So it's going directly to me, which I reinvest back into the show. For example, I just spent a lot of money in the past week on brand new podcasting equipment to take this show to the next level. I have a mixer that's going to be coming in, which is going to be, I think it's called the Rodecaster Duo. It actually is just being released. The company receives it on the 28th and is going to ship it out. But I'm going to be able to do a lot of cool things like sample audio, be able to play music, sound effects, change my voice, all those bells and whistles. And more importantly, just be able to monitor my audio and also have some in monitoring headphones where I can actually hear what's going on. So if something happened and my mic cut off, which happens from time to time, I would be aware of it instantly. So it's just going to allow me to make the show way better. And that's the goal, is to make this the greatest crypto podcast there is. I already believe personally this is the #1 daily Bitcoin podcast out there, because I broadcast 7 days a week. And I'm totally dedicated to sharing this information. There's just so much news in crypto, which was the original intention of why I created this. I wanted to sort the most fascinating and interesting news all in one streamlined show, which is roughly 20 minutes if you exclude the Q&A, which is virtually what we do here each and every day. What do you think about ARKM? What does that stand for? Because I'm not familiar with it. If you can enlighten me, Brogon, I appreciate that. Adam too, welcome. Appreciate you tuning in. What's poppin', fam? All good. Good to see. Target is 32,000 tomorrow. Well, let's get back above 30,000 and sky's the limit from there. You know what I mean? Japan in the house. Shout out to Zap Ingram. Good morning to all. Smash the like button. Appreciate the reminder, as it is free to do so. So if you want to help support the show, the best way you can contribute for free, smash the like and drop a comment right down below. I greatly appreciate that. And of course, if you're not subscribed, you know what to do. BTFD says, Marvin, that's what's up. 4 a.m. in Japan. Word. Appreciate your dedication. Boomer Futurist is BTFD. That's what's up. Love the Bitcoin Light. You're right. Oh, to your right. Yes, my mom got me that for Christmas. Let's see if we can show it in the B cam here. which is pretty cool, right? That lights up, but I lit it up the other day, and then my autofocus from my camera went all wacko, so I'm not going to turn the light on. It's kind of hard to see the light during the day, but at nighttime it looks really cool. I typically keep it on my desk, but I put it there just so you guys can see it in the B-roll here, so appreciate that. Hey fam, what's up? Sailing with Twins in the building. Bitcoin Maximus, we got the Bitcoin OGs. What's good? Eric Lopez dropped the 1. Boomer dropped the 1. Robert O'Connor said 1. Greedy put 1. Mike put 1. Zap put 1. Andrew put 1. Maximus put 1. Baz put 1. 1. That's right. One love, fam. I keep hearing Bitcoin to 150,000. I've been hearing it for about 3 years now. It is what it is. You know, eventually all these targets are going to come into fruition, just a matter of time, right? There was a time, I think roughly 13 years ago, I covered it a couple of days in the show because it was the anniversary, exactly 13 years ago from the day, where Bitcoin finally hit a penny for the first time, right? And then when Bitcoin was a penny, how many doubters said it's never going to hit $1? Stop talking about the dollar target. Lo and behold, hits $1. You know what I mean? Then people said, well, can never hit $10. You know what I mean? You're lucky it's at $1. Just sell it now for cash because it's never going higher. Boom, hit $10. Then the same naysayers, well, like Peter Schiff, for example, it's never going to hit $100. It's never going to hit 1,000. It's never going to hit 10,000. It's never going to hit 50. Okay, so we know Bitcoin's going to continue to go up. It's guaranteed to go up in purchasing power against the dollar. So as long as the dollar is guaranteed to continue printing money, the dollar is guaranteed to decrease its purchasing power. You got to keep in mind that Bitcoin is perfect money. When I say perfect, I'm not exaggerating. Literally perfect. It's pristine. It's the greatest form of money to ever exist because of its finite limited supply and decentralization, the fact it's incorruptible, the fact it's unconfiscatable, the fact it is borderless. It has all the characteristics of gold that make gold an amazing store of wealth, only it's way superior. And what's the gold market cap right now? Probably somewhere between 10 and 12 trillion dollars. So we know for a fact Bitcoin will overtake the gold market cap. That's a given. It's superior to gold. It's a better technology. And then you start thinking about the total addressable market and the trillions which can come pouring into the market overnight from just a spot Bitcoin ETF finally being approved. We don't need that as everyday investors. It means nothing. I'd rather hold my Bitcoin on a cold storage device. I don't keep it on a crypto exchange. Crypto exchanges are for exchanging. Make your trade and then put your crypto in a private wallet, which is secure and protected. You know what I mean? And do what you got to do at the end of the day. One, because I like bananas. I don't know the reference to that, but bro gone, word up. One, because it is what it is. After 45,000, there isn't much resistance. Well, yeah, of course. Well, there isn't even much resistance between 32 and 40. Hence another reason, you know, we can hit 40 sooner than later. I like PlanB's prediction for this year, maybe as even high as 50. And naturally, I think the bulls will really come out at that time because there's not going to be any bears left in existence, maybe minus the Peter Shifter. You know what I mean? Sub JV and Crypto Fan, welcome Nathan Roth. Appreciate you, brother. Good to see you. Greedy was popping. Maximus, Dankness, good to see y'all. BlackRock, unless GBTC judge rules in their favor, which will be scheduled before it happens. Yes, that is his policies. I'm going to reset my phone here because it froze. I want to see the live chat in real time, not just on my computer screen because there's a delay. So I'm just going to reset this one moment, fam. In the meantime, we'll switch it to the B-roll camera here. I should be able to reopen this so I can see real-time comments. Here we go. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's see if that does the trick. Appreciate y'all patience. Yes, that's some odds, says Chris. The SEC is going to say no to all spot ETFs. Do you think so? How much longer can they say no for? They've been rejecting them for over a decade. The very first one on record was the Winklevoss twins via the Gemini exchange. So, you know what I mean? BlackRock, 571 to 1. Bitcoin ETF, not a bad ratio. I like those odds here personally. Reset my internet on my phone as well. It's being a little weird. Let's see if that does the trick. Hopefully that works. XRP is the is that QAnon of crypto? That's kind of funny. Will Stop says, so on XRP, not something I am banking on. He's anti-big pharma and anti-war. That alone goes a long way for me. Not sure who you're referring to. I made 400% from XRP. Congratulations, bro, gone. That's a massive come up. I just love seeing people in crypto win in general. I don't like seeing losers. So, you know You know what I mean? We still have over 200 people in the live chat. Excellent. And now I have the chat in real time. It took me a minute to reset that on my phone, but hey, it is what it is. Question: do you know if the hodlers on Glassnode of over 1 year include us ETF hodlers in Canada? That's a great question for Glassnode Analytics. I honestly don't know, and I don't want to give you the wrong answer, but you can reach out to them on Twitter pretty easily. My favorite analytics platforms are Glassnode and Santiment, by the way. Great. I suggest following them both. Thoughts on QuickSwap? I'm not familiar with that. Is that an exchange, or is that a type of swap on an exchange? Please clarify the principle. I appreciate the question, and thank you for tuning in. XRP is the devil, Bobby Boucher. I know what you're talking about, because it's a technology that's going to be implemented for CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, ultimately to control us. Whoever controls the money supply controls the population, and the greatest way to control the world is through the money. And they're going to do that through a cashless society. It's already been written. It's called CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, and the pilot phases are already in full force in the United States and different parts of the world, such as China, etc. So we know the future, according to the central bankers, is looking pretty grim, but thank God for Bitcoin, because it's the antidote to the CBDCs. So take that, central banking cartels. Maximus, anti-big pharma, and anti-war combined with pro-Bitcoin is a good start for me. I need to find supporting actions that support what he is saying. I'm guessing you guys are referring to Kennedy Jr. Please let me know if I am correct. You know what I mean? Stefan, amen, says Maximus. Mooch, 100%. Shout out to Scaramucci. Sit Down Comedy, hello, welcome, good to see you. What's poppin'? Kelvin in the building, good to see you. Dankness, I think at the halving it'll be near 70,000, but if it's higher, I wouldn't be surprised with the White Swan or BlackRock's ETF. Well, the question becomes, will that BlackRock ETF be approved before the halving? If it is, it's going to be one hell of a ride, this halving cycle. I'm telling you straight up. If it gets denied, it's still going to be a hell of a ride, and Bitcoin's still going to continue to do what it do, but it's going to be that much more bullish, considering we're anticipating trillions of dollars pouring into Bitcoin in the overall crypto market. And as they say, a rising tide rises all the ships. So it's going to be bullish for the entire market. Let's go. Come on, 1.5 million, says Nathan Roth. Full send. Let's get it. Predictions are all good. They're entertaining as well. I love predictions. Appreciate the daily updates and predictions, JV. Thank you, Will. Thank you. Appreciate that. Keep stacking them sats. Someone just said they just bought some Bitcoin. Word up. 3 digits. Welcome. JV, it's only a matter of time that Bitcoin hits and surpasses all predictions. Exactly. And it will happen. You know what I mean? Mark my words. Gold expands 1% a year. Bitcoin stops at a certain point. The year 2140, that's when all mining ceases to exist, because all the Bitcoin will be out in circulation by that time. Just saying, it ain't great money. G-Off, welcome to the show, fam. Accumulation phase. It does seem to be that way, especially with a sub $30,000 Bitcoin price. Talk about deja vu. Consider this. 3 years ago, Bitcoin was at $69,000 in November of 2021, the existing all-time high. So you have an opportunity literally 3 years later to buy Bitcoin at over a 50% discount. And you mean to tell me you're not stacking sats at a time like this? Then you're missing the boat altogether. Let me know if you understand what I'm saying here. Handstand Dan, didn't they approve the BlackRock ETF to start the process? They approved the application part of the process. That doesn't mean they approved the ETF itself. So it's a little tricky with the wording there. So keep that in mind. Careful, don't jiggle the mic cable. That's right, because this mic cable is whack. And it happens to me maybe every 20 episodes where my audio would just get cut. And because I don't have the proper equipment to monitor my audio in real time, someone has to tell me. So yesterday, Digital Dankness sent me a super chat. He's like, bro, your mic's been out. I'm like, thank God this dude sent me that super chat. I would have just kept rambling for another 20 minutes where no one could actually hear me. So yeah, we don't want to jiggle that mic cable whatsoever. You already know. Cathie Wood is hot. I think she's hot just because she's so bullish on Bitcoin. And when she was younger, she's very attractive, just FYI, just throwing that out there. She is old, says Geoff. Well, yeah, but that's perspective, old compared to someone younger. But what if someone is older? Then they would say, Cathie is looking very nice and young today. All perspective, right? For every winner in a trade, you have to have a loser. Facts, that's 100. People forget XRP paid for all that energy FUD against Bitcoin. I will never forget that, and I'm glad you haven't forgot that, Maximus. I don't forget that. Brad Garlinghouse is a member of the World Economic Forum, a proud member, and we all know the World Economic Forum is pure evil. Just saying. What up from San Fernando Valley, says Mike Duncan. What's poppin'? What's good? What if Bitcoin breaks? Are you serious? It's only a code. You're better off with a biotech or real assets, which intrinsically can't be changed and unique. I disagree with that. I mean, it's been 13 or 14 years since the inception of Bitcoin. Has the code broken once yet? No. TikTok next block. You know what I mean? It just becomes stronger and stronger, the network. Look at the hash rate. That's the tell-all tale. If the hash rate continues to climb and we keep hitting new records, that just means the network is that much more secure and nothing is likely to break. This is a great sign. Trust me. If the government and government organizations could have broke the Bitcoin code, they would have did so 10 years ago when it was much easier to do in comparison to now. It's more difficult to break the code of Bitcoin than it ever has been in the history since the inception of Bitcoin. Therefore, it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? Bitcoin will not go to zero. Even though Michael Saylor has said Bitcoin will either go to 1 million or to zero, I'm leaning towards that $1 million price prediction. But what are your guys' thoughts? The clock on the SEC review process formally starts only when the filings are published in the register. Initially, this sets a deadline for 45 days, says Marvin, but that can be extended as long as 240 days. Good to note. I appreciate the fine print because I didn't know that myself, so thank you for sharing here with the show. Cathie looks damn fine for her age. I have no clue how old she is, but like I said, people are attractive to me. I find women attractive who get Bitcoin. It's a mindset thing, fam. I'm attracted to the brains. You feel me? As well as the passion. I love her passion for Bitcoin. I'm just saying. I think Max Kaiser has a problem in his head. What kind of problem we discussing here, Do Hanks? Enlighten me. Exactly. The more you attack the network, the stronger it gets. Facts. Preach JV. Appreciate that, Stat Wise. I am 63. I would say Cathie Wood is hot, says Tony Jeffries. That's what's up. I'm like 40. I know she's older than me. I think she's hot just because of her faith in Bitcoin, regardless of looks. You know what I mean? I can't say the same regarding Janet Yellen. Oh my God, she's ugly as hell. 1 milli Bitcoin. And I say Janet Yellen is ugly as hell because what she stands for and what she represents. Another, testament to fiat crap. Satan spawn. 1 milli Bitcoin. JV is a cephophile. Please tell me what that means because I don't want to have to look that up. What is a cephophile? I'm hoping that's a good word. Please be a good word. One Glenn says SATS is an acronym for SATS are the standard. I like that. Thank you, Glenn, and welcome to the show. Someone turned on by smarts. Amen. I am that way. When I was younger, it was all about physical attraction. I got older and more mature. I'm all about up here and what's in here. Attractiveness is important, but I'm attractive to one's mental mind state and their perspective on the world, how they see things, and their education, 100%. I can't see myself not being in the future, because I am a divorced man. If I ever reunited with another woman, a love, she'd have to understand Bitcoin 100%. She'd have to get it. You know what I mean? I can't be with someone who is living in the matrix, unable to see the truth and nature of reality that we're living in. You know what I mean? Especially with all the deceptions on this planet. Everything you think is what it is not what it is. Everything we've been taught is a lie. So I need someone on that same mindset, you know what I mean? Who sees it, who gets it. And Bitcoiners are probably the best because, Bitcoiners I can relate to more than any other type of people on this planet. It just is what it is. You own Bitcoin is like beauty secret. I like that, DJ. You won't get wrinkles and act like Max. Happy life. That's right. Happy days, fam. Eric Lopez, how do you feel about Quant? I think Quant is a great project investment-wise that I feel will likely continue to soar in value. But I also know they have a role with, the ruling elite of this planet. So I'm not an investor in it. I'll just throw that out there. But I have family members who are investors in Quant who are very bullish on it. I think it has a lot of potential. I think the technology is great. There is a very finite limited supply. So they, claim, of course. So there's a lot of bullish potential for the project. I don't often speak about it here on the show, but I am bullish towards it. I'm just not an investor in it. But I do think the price action has a lot of upwards potential, and I'll leave it at that. What are your guys' thoughts on Quant? Do let me know. Stacking stats every day, says Adam. That's what's up. Thanks for keeping it real, JV, 7 days a week. You're very welcome, Petrolhead. I appreciate your support. Much love, much respect. Natalie Brunel for JV, says Chris. Janet and Cathie in a hot tub. Oh my God. This chat is going sideways fast. Thanks for your comments on this. Matthew says, I still think there's a better way, and Bitcoin could lose favor when the new tech comes in. Just saying. We shall see. I don't think there'll be a new tech, which will be a perfect form of money, but there'll be new innovations, 100%. Just like there was Lightning Network after the inception of Bitcoin, which took Bitcoin to the next level with layer 2s, a scaling solution, because now we can use it as a form of money like it's being used as a legal tender in El Salvador. That's what's up. Janet Yellen looks like she works in Gringotts. I don't know what Gringotts is, but I'm sure that's hilarious. Show me the receipts where big tech is doing that. I thought it was AI and big tech is mainly focusing on, says Monarch. Vic says, I know a lot of women and not one them really know anything about Bitcoin. AI is using Bitcoin. That's right. That's fact. What's good, family? Welcome, Kenneth. What's new? Laughing my ass off. I'm a matchmaker now. Watch his previous shows because he has an article on AI using Bitcoin. That is right. We did discuss that a few episodes ago. Bitcoin, the new 401k, retirement, IRA, and Social Security. Send it. Let's freaking go. Anyways, fam, with all that being shared, now for a recap of what I covered with you here in today's show. I broke down the latest technical analysis as the Bitcoin bulls battle to reclaim 30,000, which we're on the cusp of recapturing. We also shared breaking news of Valkyrie's spot Bitcoin ETF entering the SEC Nasdaq's rulemaking list. Another great sign as the dominoes continue to fall. We also discussed the latest regarding the judge ordering Ripple and the SEC to schedule a settlement conference. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out, as well as trillions of dollars are likely to flow into crypto amid this ridiculous levels of innovation, according to Skybridge Capital's Anthony Scaramucci. We also discussed Quant Analyst PlanB, creator of the Bitcoin stock to flow model, and his $50,000 target. I even shared with you his timeline. That's for this year, FYI, as well as the latest from Cathie Wood of ARK Invest predicting Bitcoin to 1.5 million and that her confidence has actually increased. We also discussed Max's correction. That 1.5 million is the bear case, not the bull case, Cathie. But where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next?